I don't have my wits about me yet.
We're live. Good morning.
Good morning, party people.
Well, depends on what side of the world you're on, but if you're in the West Coast, you're at 6 in the morning, and if you're in the East Coast, it's 9. So good morning. Cheers.
Good morning. Cheers.
Coffee.
We just love our mugs.
I know. I really like my mug.
So good morning, everybody. My name is Hannah Olivas, and I am one of the co-founders of She Rises Studios, as well as the Becoming an Unstoppable Woman book and movement. And we are virtually touring all over the world, talking about our amazing book that hit bestseller in 27 categories, 13 countries.
Mm-hmm.
And we designed a virtual book tour to be able to reach those who could not come and get their book signed in person or meet us in person. And we also want to spread some holiday cheer everywhere we go. So here we are.
Mm-hmm. And I'm Nicole Curtis. I'm the COO of She Rises Studios. And yeah, so we are here this morning to just share some Christmas cheer with you, talk about the Become an Unstoppable Woman movement, why it started, what was the vision behind it, where's it going, as well as talking about the amazing book, like Hannah said, that's gone international, which is just, for me, it's still a crazy just to be able to sit and reflect on that, to know that this book is either in women's hands or downloaded on their Kindle or whatever that looks like for them. And they have read it, they are reading it, and they continue to grow from it. Because with the women that are in this book, there's 25 amazing women from all over the world that have shared not just their stories, but their tips, their strategies, their methods to be able to help women around the world to rise up, to lead, to live, to empower, to inspire, and to live life without limitations. And it's just been an honor for me personally to be able to be part of the She Rises Studios team, but also to be a co-author in the book with all the other amazing, wonderful women authors from all over the world.
Gosh, Nicole, when you put it like that, it sounds like so much. Holy moly. Woo. I'm like, dang, I'm going to need 2 cups of coffee today.
Good morning.
To gear up. And I was just noticing that our other co-founder of She Rises, Adriana, is watching us live.
Good morning, beautiful.
Which tells me she hasn't had her coffee yet because she's watching us. So good morning, Adriana. So today we're going to just, we're going to talk to you just about some cool things that we have coming up. We have, like Nicole said, I don't think any one of us has actually, we have, like Nicole said, I don't think any. There we go. I'm like, I hear myself. And now I know I was not meant to be a radio announce person. But what I was going to say is, we have 25 amazing women from all over the world who joined in this book. And I know most of you have heard us say this since, September, actually even before September, because we started doing the soft launch. And, most of us have still yet to meet in person. There was a select group of women that was able to make it to the in-person book tours, which is another reason why we're doing virtual, is so that we can still stay connected with each other as co-authors and friends, our sisterhood, but also to stay connected to our readers and followers and those who have really been on this journey with us. And that is what Becoming an Unstoppable Woman movement is about. And for those of you who have our book, it talks a little bit about, what the movement is. And the movement was to universally impact women of all ages and whatever stage of life they're in. meaning it's not just meant for the businesswoman. It's meant for all women, the single mom, the grandma, the mother of all is what this movement is. We have really tried to focus and put our message to collaboration over competition. We want to help women, including ourselves, because we all struggle with these things too. We don't want to give off the, haha, we don't have those things because we're unstoppable. On the contrary, we all have adversities that we have to overcome. We all have insecurities that we have to deal with. And part of being in the movement is to lift each other up and help one another overcome those things together. And when one is down, the other ladies come alongside and we hold her hand and we bring her forward with us. It's not a race to see who gets one in front of the other. Nobody's behind one another. We're all side by side. And I think that right there is such a powerful movement in itself. We talk about developing an unstoppable mindset. We talk about celebrating, empowering, educating women on a global level. And I mean, we all are learning so much from one another. It's incredible. Each one of us has a different message, but it's all in alignment in the book. It all works together. And it's just incredible to see that. And so when we talk about the movement and when we say join us, that's what we mean. Like, join in that movement, join in sharing what women need so much of. And that's, truth be told, TLC, not competition, not jealousy, not envy, not drama. We need some good old fashioned tender loving care and support in life and in business. And that's what the movement's about. So I'm going to be quiet because our amazing Jennifer has shown up. She's on the virtual book tour with us. So Jen.
Hello. I've got a sunspot right in me. I'm like dipping in and out, but we can't complain about sun ever in Belfast. we take it gladly when we get it because it doesn't come all that often. So I've been sitting in the sunroom kind of going, I'm basking in this one ray as I kind of move around the room. So yes, hi everyone. I'm Jennifer, voice here behind Lady Rebel Club and proud member of the Becoming an Unstoppable Woman movement and book, of course. Yes. Yeah, I think you've summed it up, quite well, Hannah, in that. Yeah, I just think there's so many things. And I think all of us come from so many different, we've all obviously been through so many different things in our lives. Sometimes maybe even similar things, but how they've affected us can be very, very different. And I think it's important, kind of just taking on from where you were talking about how not just the collaboration and the competition, but I know like with myself, and I'm sure you probably feel this way as too, maybe, sometimes Hannah, knowing part of your story. When we have what people might consider big things, like blood cancer or, things like this kind of going on with us, sometimes people can go, oh, well, my problems are small compared to yours, or my problems don't matter. And I think one of the great things about this movement is that it sees everybody, equally. It doesn't matter if you're a high-powered, 7-figure earner, or, you don't earn any money and you're happy, staying home doing, the mom thing or not mom thing, and you just are a lady of leisure. It doesn't matter, and it doesn't matter if you have blood cancer. It doesn't matter if, you've had perfect health. It's about all of us coming together and not sort of judging, kind of trying to leave like the judging hat behind and just viewing each other as for the value that we each have. We all are going to have our flaws, people, as we know, right? But we also all have great, wonderful value to give. And if we can kind of just take that at face value with everyone, and I think that's one of the key things that we try to do with the movement is say, hey, yes, we all are valuable. We all are, awesome in our own way. And, what can we come together on? What can we share to help lift each other when one of us needs it, because we all go through that, you know, in life as well. And there's going to be many times when I know I would have loved to have a community of women like this in the past that I could have clinged to and have said, oh shit, help, you know, I need your support, you know, whether it's a friendly ear or, let's be honest, even a kick in the rear end sometimes, right? Let's go, come on, get up and let's get going, you know, you can do it. But coming from that genuine place of, you know, really caring and really, you know, wanting me to be powerful in my own right, to be purposeful with what I want to do, to feel loved, to feel seen, to feel heard, all of those things. And especially this time of year, you know, especially this time of year, you know, and I put my Christmas poem up just right. It was like right at the deadline. That's why I was a minute late. I was like, get it up quick. You know, and in it, I was talking about giving and how, you know, this time of year, it doesn't have to, especially, you know, when we give, it doesn't have to be bells and whistles and, oh, look at me, I'm doing this wonderful thing for this person. You know, giving can be silent, giving can be unseen, giving can be anonymous. And, you know, it doesn't have to have bows or whistles or even involve money or even tons of time. But if we can find those things that we can give all through the year, but especially this time of year, to other women and other humans, you know, in general, because it's not just, let's face it, you know, it's not just women who need help in this world. There's a lot of other people that do. You know, I think that
like
would
my
be
husband. No, just kidding.
oh, both our husbands in. They're both on the naughty list this year.
Just kidding.
Just
just checking to see if everybody's awake.
We have our own special list going on in the back end here, right? Who's on it?
That's awesome.
Right? It's true, though. Everything you're saying, Jen, is 100% true. You know, we have definitely crossed some major barriers in terms of our movement, but also as women individually and collectively with this book and with this movement. It's just been an amazing journey this far, and we're not even close to stopping, or we're not even close to the middle of the journey. That's the amazing part, is like we've literally just started, you know, and it's exciting.
Yeah. And even people that I've talked with, you know, who have massive books, like massive, huge, right? And, you know, they're like, right, what have you done with it? You know, and granted, we have a wonderful publisher, but we have done a lot of legwork. I know obviously She Rises has done a lot of legwork, but it has only worked, you know, She Rises could have done all they could have done. Charlotte and her team could have done all they could have done. But see, if all 25 authors individually hadn't come together to really promote, you know, and work together to talk about the book and, you know, make it known to people, it just wouldn't have, the movement wouldn't have taken off like it has. And, you know, the book wouldn't have hit 26 bestseller lists over 6 countries, I think it is. And still
27.
27. Oh, see, there you go. I'm behind the times.
13 countries.
Yeah, 13 countries.
Come on, Jen. It's always growing.
Days ago, you know, I'm gonna.
I feel like we're having a morning show right now.
That's it. Well, it's like how, you know, you get Google updates, how you can like do Google's checks. So we're gonna have to set up like a She Rises check, so that, you know, we can all check in every morning. What's the stats today? Yeah.
Yes.
Adriana's in the back watching this going, no, Jennifer, no, we're not doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's only growing, definitely. And, you know, now is the time, if you're in the group, if, you know, this is shared on the page, if you're on, you know, in my community or any of our communities, you know, join the movement now, because again, it's so much more than any one of us individually or our businesses or anything like that. And it really can make a huge difference knowing that you have that genuine community and support to help you in whatever it is. And also, guess what? It feels amazing. You know, and again, it doesn't have to be a public thing. People don't even have to know. It can just, you know, be you within yourself. But knowing that you've helped somebody in some small way, let's be honest, feels wonderful, So yeah, we can be a little selfish in that way and go, yes, we want to give and help others like that because it feels good to us. And, I believe in the whole karma thing too. So we like that.
I think She Rises should be a bubble bath.
Yeah.
Just because
it makes you
we
feel so
feel
good.
Because it makes you feel so good. Yeah. just saying,
Just saying. I would have to have I would use my seaweed scrub. Yes, it's like my seaweed scrub. It's all smells lovely and it's all nice and just makes you feel all cozy and nice and sweet. Yeah. So there you go.
So
Really?
our goal today was to Adriana
Nice.
goes, "Oh my gosh." Somebody please cover my mother's mouth.
Oh, no.
You just
What's coming out?
never know what's going to come out of there, do you, Adriana? That's what happens when you don't come on screen.
Or my mouth this morning.
Oh, you should have heard what Nicole shared with me.
Oh
that's just
no.
awesome.
Anyway,
let me put it to you this
It's
way.
fine.
If I would have had coffee in my mouth, it would no longer be there. But that's the beauty. We also, with She Rises, we bring a little comedy to the floor too. So
You got to keep it
laughter.
real.
Laughter is the cure. Laughter and love are the cure. So we were talking, and part of today's live, we wanted to talk about one thing that nobody else knows about us. So I did not put that in our Becoming an Unstoppable Woman.
I have to go. I've got a call.
But it's like this question that people are like, oh my God. And it gets your wheels are turning because you're like, what is one thing that nobody knows? Do I want anybody to know what this one thing is? So that is what we were going to talk a little bit about today. We wanted to really just give women a big, huge laugh and a big, huge smile, spread some holiday cheer. We wanted to talk about our book, how it would make a great Christmas gift, and for you guys to really see these women and who we really are behind the scenes. We look different in person than we do on our pages. And so, yeah, so I think we'll start with Nicole. Nicole, what is one thing that nobody knows about you?
Oh man, I don't know. I have to think about that. Okay, I'm just gonna be transparent. I'm gonna put it out in the world. I don't know. Brace yourselves. If you're drinking right now, swallow before you hear what I have to say. Okay, so there has to be a backstory to this because I think if I just say it, you're going to be totally blown away. So I have a friend and we were hanging out at her house and we were all, us girls, we were watching a movie or whatever. And I was very uncomfortable. So I noticed that she had a dog bed on the floor. So I moved it and I kind of laid on it. And the big joke was every single time I'd go over there, I'd lay on the dog bed. So for a gag gift for Christmas, they bought me a dog bed. So I use that dog bed to this day. It is on my mattress and I sleep on a dog bed for extra cushion because my mattress is hard and I'm cheap and I don't want to go buy a big king size mattress pad because they're expensive. So I have a dog bed for extra cushion.
That's not how she said it in the morning, though. She said, I sleep on a dog bed.
Yeah, the backstory is definitely.
So there we go.
Do that.
I'm not only a chicken lady, I sleep on a dog bed.
Oh, that's
way to
funny.
go. Nothing like a homemade pillow top.
My back doesn't hurt. It's like, what, $15? Perfect.
I might have to try that.
I see.
Age.
And I know people too, like having conversations throughout the years about just dog beds and stuff. There are women that buy dog bed. Okay, if you're listening to this and watching this and you have literally sleep on a dog bed or use it for a cushion, please comment and say yes. No judgment here.
Nobody's commenting. I think
No.
it's just you. You're gonna see the stockpile plummet of dog beds. It's all part of becoming an unstoppable woman. It's one of our tips and strategies that we keep under wraps till today.
What about you, Jennifer?
I'm like trying to think of like at least PG rated ones I can share. I'm going right. What kind of crowd do we have here? Okay, so now people will know about this, but absolutely nobody in this universe here, like many moons ago, right? So sometimes I can be a bit like not. I'm very kind of yin and yang. A little bit of backstory too. I'm very yin and yang in that, because probably with the whole ADHD thing, I can be very like high risk and let's just do it. Yeah, that sounds good. Whereas, the autistic side of me is going, hold on, we need a plan for this. What's going on? It doesn't fit that. No, we're scared of that. So there's kind of this constant battle going on in my head. And it's always funny and it's always interesting. And I'm almost like the narrator sometimes in my own brain. Because I'm like, which side is going to win today? What's Jennifer going to choose?
Yes.
So this one time, so we were out, I was out with some friends and they were having a Miss Bald USA pageant. So I was like, and at the time I had quite long hair. I was like, that looks interesting. And a couple of my friends said, sure, you would never enter that. Look at your hair. And I was like, watch me. So you had to shave your head live on stage and I had a week to prepare. And so I know at the time, and I still am, a bit of an animal activist. So I played the song by Skinny Puppy and had like stuffed animals in these like cages and stuff and had this collar on and pretended to be like my barber was basically I was the animal, right? Getting tested on, and shaved my head. And at the end, though, I was liberated and, all this kind of, it was this whole like big dramatic, it sounds more than what it was really, but yes. And I ended up winning.
Nice.
Wow.
With a shaved head.
With a shaved head. Yes.
With a shaved head. We really are a great trio, aren't we, today, Lee?
So, yeah. This is awesome. Okay, Hannah, what's yours?
I mean, I don't sleep in a dog bed and I haven't shaved my head. But I did have a kind of a crazy thing happen to me that most people really don't know. So my husband and I were up in Northern California. And there was this place that we went to, and I like to go feed the ducks. But we went to a restaurant to go have like a nice little dinner, me, my husband, and my son. We had gone up there to visit him. He was working out of town. And so we're at this beautiful restaurant, and the scenery is gorgeous. It's surrounded by a pond, and all these little ducks, they're quacking, and and so I see people feeding the ducks. And I'm like, oh, okay, I want to feed the ducks. And there was this one little cute duck that actually kind of sat like next to my leg for a while. And to be honest, I was a little like, I don't know about you, but I guess, And so his little friends came around and we had some French fries left. Apparently ducks like French fries. And so here I am, I'm feeding our little duck friends. And all of a sudden, the one that had been sitting there quiet all the time decided he wanted a French fry too. And that little sucker bit me and took my French fry. And it hurt. And I screamed really loud. And everybody turned around and looked at me and was like, what happened? And I got bit by a duck. I don't know how many people have ever been bit by a duck, but it hurts. It was embarrassing. And yeah.
I've never been bit by a duck.
No, it does hurt.
It does.
I had a pet duck once.
They're little suckers when you don't give them their French fries. So that would be something that most people don't know about me. And I have a little scar on my finger.
A scar? My goodness. So we have sleeping dog beds, shaved heads, and bitten by ducks.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
good morning.
People run.
That's becoming an unstoppable woman. We
Know
all
your
live to
role. We
tell.
can really lay it out there.
Yeah,
Say
this is
all
it.
that's so
Yep.
funny.
Now you know what you get to look forward to. Is a bunch of crazy girls at 6 o'clock in the morning. Jen, what
Well,
time is it where you're at?
it is 1:30. See, this is reasonable. This is reasonable time for
Mm,
me now. Usually the other one's very late. So yeah,
Hmm.
I have no excuse.
well, she's like, I have no
I'm just
excuse.
like this all the time, I think. Anyway. But yeah,
Wow.
midnight means I'm a bit goofier, I think.
Oh,
because it's
Adriana says she has something to share. Okay, well, what
so-
is
Oh, yeah, right.
it? You have to actually be on here, Adriana.
Yeah.
That's our leader. That's our leader from behind the scenes. Let me show you her chapter.
Maybe we should read it.
Her chapter is called, let's see, The Leader Behind the Scenes. Right, Adriana? That's why we call you. Yes, the leader behind the scenes, an unstoppable mindset. So let's see. Okay, so she says, this is the only time you get to cheat, girlfriend. She says, when I was about 6 or 7, I was at Universal City Walk and there was some music and disco, like lights flashing around. And I had this random courage and urge, LOL. Uh-oh. And that's where it stops. So were
That's not
you,
fair.
did
Come
you,
on.
so,
Do something?
so a lot of people don't know this about Adriana. Oh, here we go. And for those of you that do know Adriana is like really, what's the word I'm looking for? Not shy, because she's not shy, but she is shy. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
She's my little guarded girl, and very afraid, not afraid, but she's like, she doesn't like to, I know that's why she thinks her mother's nuts. So we're so opposite. That's what I could say. She's very quiet and I'm really super loud. And a lot of people are like, wow, you really birthed her. And I did, I was there. So now we have the whole story. So she says, when I was 6 or 7, I was at Universal City Walk and there was some music and also disco lights flashing around. And I had the random courage and urge to jump in the music without any warning or asking for permission from my dad or my brother. I started dancing to my attempt to break dancing. LOL. And I got a crowd of about 4 or 5 people to start watching, and that's when I ran away. And that's when I ran away. That's my baby. My baby's so cute. Also, I'll
so
share
funny.
something you guys don't know about Adriana. I'll show you.
Ooh.
She's going to be so mad at me. Adriana can sing.
Sing.
She has one of the
Mm.
most incredible voices that I've ever heard. And I'm not just saying that because
Wow.
she's my baby, but she really does.
Mhm.
So there was a short period of time when Adriana stayed here in Las Vegas with her mama. It was amazing. I loved having her here. Anyway, I'm out with my husband and Adriana text messages me and she says, hey, Mom, when are you guys going to be back? And I said, I don't know. She goes, well, can you text me before you come home? And I said, well, why? Like, what you doing? You're already married. So, you have the green go light for whatever married people do. We don't care. And she goes, I'm singing and recording myself and I don't want anybody to hear me, including you.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, so yeah. So Adriana is what we call a closet singer.
Mhm.
She sings in the closet and nobody can hear her. But if you want to hear a little tidbit of Adriana singing, you can go to BBBCF USA, which is our Brave and Beautiful Blood Cancer Foundation. You'll have to go down a little bit in the feed, but if you click on that picture of her singing during our karaoke challenge, you'll hear her voice.
Oh,
And
wow.
she's an incredible singer.
Yeah,
So,
she is.
Yeah. So, ha, Adriana. That's what you get for not coming on today. So, as you can see, we all have something that nobody knows about us.
Mhm.
And yet, it's a no judgment zone. Nicole sleeps in a dog bed. I got bit by a duck. Adriana sings in the closet, and Jen does things with a shaved head. And imagine if you heard the other women and sharing something
Yeah.
that we don't know about them. It makes for a really great way to start the morning. Lots of laughter, lots of cheer, all of that, all of this funny stuff happening because the group of women got together and shared their story with the world. And so I think that's a pretty powerful movement. I think it's an amazing movement to be a part of. I think you should all buy the book, buy 10 copies and give them to your 10 closest friends and family members. And for those of you that are looking for a sisterhood, a place to call home with purpose-driven women, well, that's us. Hello.
Yes. Hello.
We're the goofballs that wear beanies at 6 a.m. with Christmas lights, Santa hats, and Nicole's the only one that is looking fab with she had her Santa hat on yesterday.
I got a Christmas tree and green lights.
She's got a Christmas tree. Also, this is one of the times that you'll go on and you'll hear live and you'll hear snoring in the background because we have Tucker who hangs out with Nicole and snores during our lives.
And Douglas too.
And those are her doggies. Yeah. So we might bore the dogs to snore, but we do not bore the women who watch us and join in our laughter and holiday cheer. So every single other day until December 29th, we are going to be touring in different parts of the world in groups and on our personal Facebook so that everybody can join us and laugh. And we're going to spread more holiday cheer. We're going to do lots of cool things. So I hope you enjoyed what we have shared so far. If you have gotten a copy of the book, comment below and let us know what your thoughts are of the book. I'm curious to hear some more feedback.
Yes,
and for those of you who haven't gotten the book, I feel like I'm in the giving spirit today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gift the first 25 women to comment on our live a copy of Becoming an Unstoppable Woman. All right. So that's our She Rises gift to you. The first 25 women to comment below, you guys get a free copy of Becoming an Unstoppable Woman. So I hope that you all have a wonderful day. And ladies, do you want to say anything before we end our Becoming an Unstoppable Woman morning show?
Theme song. I have to work on that.
Yeah, we need a theme song.
We are together like bam,
ka-dingity ding dong. Don't do that again. I did that the other morning. It just popped in my head, and then like the whole day I had it. So every single time we were in a group chat or whatever talking, I couldn't stop singing it. Hannah, thank you for that. Thank you. But no, I just want to say, get the book. Comment, since we're giving away 25 free copies. But yes, if you're looking for a safe place, a place where there's no judgment, where you can be yourself and be surrounded by women that are supportive and caring, but will also kick you in the butt when you need to be kicked. Because honestly, ladies, we need that in our lives. She Rises Studios, Facebook community is here. The movement is here. And we'd love for you to join us because like Hannah said, we are just at the beginning stages. This is just stage one. We have 6 books. It's a 6-book series. We're launching our 2nd book in January, and it's only going to get bigger from here. And we would love to have you on board. We'd love to have you part of the tribe. We'd love to serve and help and love on you, as well as all the women that are currently in it right now have that same feeling. So you are invited.
For sure.
And you will be asked to share something that nobody knows. Just FYI.
Just have
We do
random
come with,
things prepared in advance.
we do come with a little bit of a warning label. If you're afraid to laugh, if you're competitive, we might not be the group for you. But if you're dorky and you have a collaborative heart, a giving heart, an attitude of servitude, then we are
Purposeful.
your
Passion.
jam. We
Mhm.
are your jam. So good morning, Nerida. That is Nettie. I have to, you know what, before we go, this is how amazing our sisterhood is. So Nettie is here in Las Vegas, and her daughters have an amazing print company called the Ink House Las Vegas t-shirts. And I might be saying that wrong, so she can go in the comment, post the website. So she made these Becoming an Unstoppable Woman mugs for the authors, and we got these really beautiful t-shirts, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
But she also came over to my house yesterday with homemade caldo, which is soup in Espanol. And and she brought me lemons. And and she just loves my little Sophia. Her and Sophia have this connection. It's so incredible. And for those of you who don't know Sophia, Sophia is my little 9-year-old. I'm her bonus mama. And there's a whole backstory behind that, and that's for another day. But talk about holiday kindness and a giving heart. She must have known that not one single person in this house was feeling any kind of human yesterday. And so she says, "Hey, Hannah, I have soup. I'm ready. Text me your address." And I was like, cool. My husband's like, he was kind of a little tired yesterday. And he says, "I'm tired. I don't want to cook." And there's this joke about our household. Nicole knows this. I don't cook. Okay, there it is. I said it. That's what y'all didn't know about me. I don't cook. I wash dishes. I clean. I'm the perfect housekeeper, but I will burn your ramen. So he is the cook, right? Well, yesterday he was not feeling himself. So somehow, some way, Nettie knew that we needed that. And she brought us homemade soup. And then we ate it, and she text messages me and she says, "Ay, Hannah, use the lemon because it's pinche salty." And I'm not going to tell you what the P word is because most of you that speak Spanish know what that is. And I'm like, girl, we already ate it. It's already done. So no shame in our game. We ate, we relaxed. And thank you to her. And you know who else did that? Awesome. Speaking of spirit of giving is an amazing woman. Her name she's also from Las Vegas, Nevada. And there was another time that I had some awful chemo, and I don't know, our whole house was topsy-turvy. Her name's Lisa Chastain. And for those of you that don't know her, you should know her. She's incredible. And she also just sent us food. Like we opened up the door and bam, lama, lama, kitty, 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 dong. There was food. and when you have that relationship with women, that sisterhood, it all comes alive, and guess what we get to do when things like that happen to us in our time of need? Now we get to pay it forward when someone else is in their time of need. And we have a few authors in our group who are very ill with COVID. And so, now we can turn around and do something kind for those ladies and show that we are right there in the midst with them, whether it's prayer, a note, a bowl of Campbell's soup because I don't cook, but whatever it is, it's just having that loving, giving heart that each one of us has, and it's so important. We matter, and they matter to us. So it makes it's I know it sounds crazy, but love makes the world go round, and it's true. It's true. So that's all I got. I mean, I can go on and on. I could talk all day.
Yeah,
I had 2 cups of coffee, so I mean.
Well, I think it's important that people understand too, and what for me one of the biggest themes is that I would love for people to really know is that this isn't just a Facebook group, because I know people go, I mean, I'm in probably 500 different Facebook groups, and a lot of them, you know, not all of them, but a lot of them are very much the same, you know. This group is not that, you know, this group is, you know, She Rises obviously is far more than just a Facebook group anyway, but this Facebook group is really truly about building community and a way for us to gather, you know, like minds and hearts together, you know, so that we can help empower and support each other. So, you know, be active, you know, be active in the group if you can. Share, you know, share, ask for help. If you've had a win in life or business, share it with us so we can help celebrate with you. You know, what's your favorite quote or passage out of the book? If you got it, share that with us. If you see someone else in the group who maybe is struggling, you know, how can you send them a kind word or a comment or something like that to let them know that, you know, someone does see them, sees them and hears them, and, you know, can send kind wishes and all that kind of stuff. So just, yeah, just approach the group if you are in the group like, you know, it is a real community, because that's really what it is all about. And if you're not in the group and you're seeing this live outside of the group, you know, make sure that you join the group, because like I said, it's not just a Facebook group, you know, there's far much more to it than that. I could go on.
Yeah.
I know we could talk like for hours about the movement.
Yeah.
But you know, we got to get to work, and
it's Friday.
Yeah, Friday. Woo woo. So remember, ladies, for the first 25 women who comment wherever you've seen this, because I believe this particular live is streamed inside She Rises. I also think it's streamed on my personal Facebook page and maybe YouTube. Comment, and we will give you a free copy of Becoming an Unstoppable Woman. So, ladies, gentlemen, because there's some gentlemen watching too, have an amazing, wonderful, loving, giving day. Be unstoppable and pay it forward today. Make somebody smile. And we will be back for our next virtual tour date is Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I think we will have more people joining us in terms of authors. And thank you to Nicole and Jen for getting up at the crack of dawn or in the evening or mid-afternoon, wherever it is, and joining. It was awesome to see your smiling faces today.
Yes.
Happy holidays.
Yours.
Yes. Have a lovely weekend, everyone. Bye.